This is Super 1, the British Karting Championships, Round 9.
Time to get the TKM Extreme finale underway, and it is a two-horse race. Carl Sproat versus Harry Moore. Harry Moore's your championship leader, but there's Carl Sproat in P3 on the second row of the grid beside Sam Fowler. Whitten and Smith ahead, and Stockford and Rosser behind. Hogan, Back, Newman and Ayres in the top 10. And there you can see Harry Moore in P16 alongside Chisholm, just in front of Bruce White and Wadley. Now, we've worked out that if Sproat wins, Harry Moore would need 26th position or better to win the championship. So that sounds pretty easy considering he's already 10 places ahead of that, but this is a 33 kart grid, so it is still feasible for Carl Sproat to become the champion. It's not done yet for Harry Moore, and into the lead goes Chris Whitten early.
Bear in mind, a few seasons ago, Alex Forward only needed 18th place in the pre-final and ended up 19th to open the door for Aaron Mills, and Aaron Mills stepped on through.
Yes, indeed. Oh, there's a spin in the back as well. That's Jake Campbell-Mills. Jake Campbell-Mills spins towards the back. That's a shame. So, unfortunately, the very talented karter is now down at the back. Hopefully, he'll be able to recover the kart and continue racing on. But it's Whitten leading from Kyle Sproat. Phil Smith is there in third position ahead of Owain Rosser. So, Sproat is exactly where he needs to be nearly to assure a chance of the championship. But it's all out of his hands as far as he's concerned. He's going to lose second place, though. Up the inside goes Smith. So, Smith moves into second position. That was a mistake there from Sproat. He now drops back into third position. This is not good for Sproat. We're on board with Louis Back, and in front of us is the 27. That is Sam Fowler, who started on the second row of the grid. Now he's chasing after John Hogan as they go underneath the bridge. We ride on board. Quick right, quick left, under the bridge. Use a little bit of the curb, then a long sweeping left-hander tucking up behind Fowler. Look at the vibration on the camera. Back to the left-hander, up and over the bridge. Hook the right-hand apex and down this long back straight. This is where an overtaking move can open up.
Talking of overtaking, here comes Owen Rosser up the inside. Stockford goes with. Phil Smith runs wide on the grass, and Carl Sproat will help himself to fourth place. So Sproat back into fourth, Phil Smith down to fifth.
Yeah, that's a big moment for Sproat, who had initially dropped back out of the top three. Now he's back into fourth position again, chasing down Joe Stockford. He needs to get through. He really needs a victory out of this race to stand any chance at all of beating Harry Moore, who is still knocking on the door of the top 10. He started this race in 16th. I'm going to try and pick him up at the earliest possible opportunity, but there's such a huge gaggle of karts in TKM Extreme nowadays. Let's look. Looks to be in about 14th position at the moment, so Harry Moore still on course for the title. That's not a problem at all. Rosser in second place in front of Stockford and Sproat. Basically, Moore just needs to finish anywhere in the first half of the grid. It doesn't matter where, especially if Sproat doesn't win. So he's just got to keep it on the island, and at the moment, he's doing a fair job.
Joe Stockford having a good run, the leading privateer in third place currently, but not for long. Here comes Sproat up the inside, and that is the 4 kart. Second in the championship. He needs to win the race. And he knows that Harry Moore started in the mid-pack. Anything can happen when you're in the mid-pack. Now, he will be getting signals around the circuit at different points to suggest if Moore has had an off and he's at the back of the field. He won't be getting that signal yet. Moore is still in a position that wins him the title. But all Carl Sproat can do in third place currently is win the race. He's got it all on to do that because Chris Whitten's got a comfortable lead. But he has to win the race and hope that Harry Moore has an issue.
Yeah, Whitten has been really strong here all weekend. He is the man in form. Rosser in second, Sproat in third. Moore just needs to come home in a decent position and he will get the championship, even if that's outside the top 10. Moore is doing, really, this is Moore's championship to lose. He's got all the pressure here, especially considering he is in the midfield pack, as up to fourth position goes Phil Smith. He makes a great move on Stockford, and it looks as though joining him for company, that's going to be Sam Fowler. Here goes Sproat, up the inside of Rosser to second position, and he gives him the push signal. Come on, that is Whitten. He's a mile in front of us. We need to work together to go for the victory. But Moore is handling this situation perfectly. This is the trouble spot for Harry Moore. He's in the mid-pack, he's in the middle of battles, but he's keeping himself on the island. That's all he needs to do to win.
Yeah, Harry Moore, he is a rookie this season, but he is an experienced driver and will know exactly what he needs to do. He'll just be staying out of trouble. He'll know how many people he can have in front of him to still win the championship. He can just about make him out there, blue suit, white helmet, just in the background.
I'd say he's in about 12th position now, so he's not far away from the top 10. We ride on board once again. That in front of us is the 90, Joe Stockford. We're about to make a move. On board again, as we said, with Louis back this weekend in this particular class. He has a look, and the first part of the apex exiting the loop. He can't quite get there in the left or the right. And again, Rosser signalling to Phil Smith to try and close up on Kyle Sproat.
Yeah, I think there is Louis back.
Losing two.
The onboard camera loses 3 places, in fact. I think I did name him in the, that's Harry Moore. The championship leader's gone through in front of him. He's in front of the onboard cameraman now, Harry Moore, and in the position that wins him the title. I think I mentioned Louis back in the junior TKM race last week incorrectly. I was mixing up junior TKM with TKM Extreme.
Very easy to do when we've got so many talented racing drivers out there. But Louis back, losing the place to Harry Moore, who now, of course, is in championship winning position, down the main straight once again, chasing down the points-paying positions in front. That's the O and the C together. That's Matthew Taylor versus Ryan Edwards. Edwards up the inside, gets the move done. Beautifully done there from the Welshman. And I think if we look back, that's Harry Moore in 10th position. Yes, it is. Harry Moore is in the top 10. That's more than good enough to win the championship with Sproat there in 3rd.
Yeah, and to be honest, here comes Harry Moore, the 25, blue suit, white helmet. There he is. You can easily make him out now if I'm him here. Yeah, you can just see there, he's gestured to the driver inside him. Yeah, go ahead. I don't need to battle you. And if I was him here, I'd be looking behind and thinking, I'll let the guy behind me through as well, because that drops me to 11th. But then there is a gap between him and the chasing group, so he's comfortable then. He's not in amongst it. He's not going to get taken out. That's basically all he needs. He just needs not to get involved in any incident from this stage onwards.
Yeah, that was Joe Stockford he was signalling to. I'm sorry, I made a mistake because I thought in the top 3 was still Kyle Sproat, but it's not. Rosser is in 3rd, just with Phil Smith in front of him. But look, that massive gap that Chris Whitten once had, it's vanished. It's now a 5-way scrap. Anything can happen from this point on, and Kyle Sproat needs to keep a very wise head on his shoulders at this point, because 5 karts or 6 karts behind him is Harry Moore. He can't get himself into a position where he is vulnerable to lose the championship. Moore has a bit of a look to go past Stockford, but he can't afford to risk anything either. Phil Smith goes for the lead on Whitten. Rosser's going to get through as well. This could be a chance for Sproat to move up, and he knows it, but Whitten shuts the door just in time.
There's one thing on Kyle Sproat's mind, Jake, and that's to win the race. He knows he's not going to win a championship down in 4th place. Has a quick look over his shoulder. He's going to be expecting Moore to be there or thereabouts in the mid-pack. All he can hope for is that Moore has some sort of incident, but in order for that to happen, he's got to win the race. He can't finish in 4th place and win the championship. He's got to win the race to give himself the best opportunity. He's going for it here in the last few laps, whatever happens.
Well, Smith now leads Rosser and Whitten. Whitten's going to try and get up the inside of Rosser. That doesn't work. Here comes 27, Fowler up the inside of Sproat. That's cost him another place. It's all tumbling about the poor feet of Kyle Sproat. He's not going to get a chance, and Fowler's now going for Whitten. They bang wheels. Sproat decides to dart to the other side. Then again back to the inside line. Fowler's through to 3rd. Sproat's going to try and go through with Whitten down to 5th position. Nearly. He manages to cover to keep Sproat at bay. Whitten was a country mile ahead just a few laps ago, and now they are leaving Smith and Rosser to tussle away for the lead, which they are doing. And Whitten is trying desperately to get himself back past Fowler. But Phil Smith, 3 times British Open champion, is now leading with Owain Rosser all over his tail.
Yeah, Phil Smith knows how to win races. He's done it several times in the past, more than several times in fact. 3 times the British Open champion in the TKM classes. And Phil Smith out front with the last lap. You can expect he's going to be defending this one.
Well, Harry Moore is up to 8th position. If you just look back behind this queue, trying to come right round the outside, Rosser of Smith. That's not going to work, and that's going to open the door surely for Fowler. Fowler can't get through, and down again goes Whitten to 6th position. That's the C plate. Edwards has got through. The O plate is in behind him as well. That is Matthew Taylor, and up the inside, Smith trying to keep Rosser back. They contact. Fowler's going to get past them both. Fowler leads, and Sproat is through to 2nd. Smith is going to try and come back to the inside line, but Sproat gets 2nd. He's so close to that win he needs, but Harry Moore is in there. You can see him just on the tail of this battle. So Harry Moore is still in there, and it looks as though he's in 8th position. Stockford's going to come through on the inside. He lets him go. He doesn't need to be there. Sproat has got one last chance, and I think he's already missed it. Fowler is going to win this one. It's going to be too much to do for Kyle Sproat. Fowler's going to win this. Sproat in second. Moore is going to be in the top 10. It'll be enough to win the championship for Moore. Fowler wins the last race of the year, and there is Harry Moore. The rookie wins the 2016 TKM Extreme Championship. One of the most exciting seasons in the class for a long, long time. Brilliant work. Fowler is your winner from Sproat and Smith, with Russell, Lawrence and Edwards rounding out the top 6. Taylor 7th, Whitton 8th, Stockford 9th, and the new champion 10th.
Sam, a surprise? You look a bit surprised. I mean, that last few laps was really good racing. Just how did you get to the front and then stay there?
I'm not entirely sure. I was going into the last lap, I think, 4th, and then managed to get into 3rd coming off of the bridge. And then going down to the first hairpin, the two in front of me just ended up going wide, and managed to nip through and hold on from there.
A fantastic championship win for Harry Moore in front of Kyle Sproat, with Phil Smith just a few points ahead of Matthew Taylor and a few more ahead of Chris Whitton, who rounds out the top 5. Long may this kind of battling continue into 2017. We love the way TKM Extreme is going. The bees are busy in the hive at scrutineering as we continue after the break.
This is Super 1, the British Karting Championships, round 9.